Sophia woke up early that morning feeling excited. The birds outside her window were singing, and warm sunlight was spreading softly across her room. Today was supposed to be a happy day. She planned to read her favorite storybook, play in the garden with Amber, and run around with Clover. Smiling, Sophia stretched her arms and slowly opened her eyes. But something felt wrong. As soon as she opened her right eye, she felt a strong itch. She blinked quickly, thinking maybe some dust had gone inside. But the itching did not stop. Instead, it started to burn a little. Sophia rubbed her eye without thinking, then quickly stopped when it stung again. "Ouch," she whispered. She tried opening both eyes fully, but her right eye felt heavy and watery. Tears came out even though she was not crying. Sophia sat up straight in bed, confused and worried. "Why does my eye hurt?" she murmured. Clover hopped onto the bed and tilted his head when he saw Sophia squinting. "Morning, Sophia," he said cheerfully, then paused. "Hey, why are you making that funny face?" Sophia sighed. "My eye feels itchy and sore, Clover." Clover leaned closer to look at her face. "Don't rub it," he said quickly. "Your eye looks red." Sophia slowly slid off the bed and walked to her mirror. When she looked at her reflection, her heart sank. Her right eye was red and slightly swollen. It looked shiny and uncomfortable. The skin around it was warm, and tears kept coming out. Sophia's smile disappeared. "That doesn't look normal," she whispered, feeling scared. She walked toward the window and pulled the curtain aside a little, hoping fresh air might help. But the sunlight hurt her eye even more. She turned away quickly, closing her eye tightly. "Ow," she said softly. At that moment, Queen Miranda entered the room. She immediately noticed something was wrong. "Sophia, my dear," she said gently, walking closer. "Why are you holding your eye?" Sophia looked up at her mother with watery eyes. "Ma, my eye hurts a lot." Queen Miranda carefully examined Sophia's eye without touching it. "It looks irritated," she said calmly. "Try not to touch it, sweetheart." Sophia nodded, though it was hard, because it felt very itchy. Amber soon came running into the room. "Sophia, are you ready to?" She stopped mid-sentence when she saw Sophia's face. "Sophia? What happened?" Sophia sniffed quietly. "My eye is hurting." Amber felt worried and reached forward, but Queen Miranda gently stopped her. "Let the doctor check Sophia first," she said softly. "Everything will be okay." The royal doctor arrived soon after. He wore a kind smile and spoke in a calm voice. Sophia felt a little nervous, but she trusted him. He asked her how long her eye had been hurting and if she had touched it with her hands. Sophia answered honestly, feeling shy. The doctor used a small light to look into her eye. Sophia sat very still, though it felt uncomfortable. After checking carefully, the doctor nodded. "Sophia," he said gently, "you have an eye infection." Sophia's eyes widened. "An infection?" she repeated quietly. The words sounded scary. She held Clover closer. "Will my eye be okay?" she asked. The doctor smiled warmly. "Yes, Sophia. Many children get eye infections. It looks uncomfortable, but it is not dangerous if we take care of it properly." Sophia felt a little relieved but still sad. "What do I need to do?" she asked. "You will need rest," the doctor explained. "No touching your eye, no bright light, and special eye drops. With care and patience, your eye will heal." Amber frowned slightly. "Does that mean Sophia can't play today?" The doctor shook his head gently. "Not today. Her eye needs rest." Sophia felt tears roll down her cheeks. She had been so excited about the day. "I wanted to play in the garden," she whispered. Queen Miranda hugged her carefully. "I know, my love," she said softly. "But taking care of your health is more important. Play can wait." Sophia was taken back to her room. The curtains were closed halfway to keep the light soft. Clover stayed beside her, sitting very still so she wouldn't feel alone. Amber stood at the door and waved. "Get better soon," she said with a small smile. The doctor gave Sophia special eye drops. She was scared at first, but her mother held her hand. The drops felt cool and strange, but not painful. "You're doing very well," the doctor said kindly. Later, Sofia lay quietly in bed. Her eye was gently covered, and the room was peaceful. She could hear soft sounds from the castle but felt far away from the fun. She felt sad, tired, and a little lonely. "I don't like being sick," she whispered to Clover. Clover patted her arm. "It's okay to feel sad. Getting better is part of being brave," he said. Sofia closed her good eye and took a deep breath. Even though the day had started badly, she knew she was safe and cared for. She whispered softly, "I'll rest, and I'll get better." This was only the beginning of her journey, but Sofia was ready to face it with patience and courage. When Sofia woke up later that day, the room felt quiet and calm. The curtains were still half closed, and soft light filled the space. She moved slightly in her bed and felt the gentle cover over her sore eye. It still felt itchy but not as painful as before. She tried not to touch it, remembering what the doctor had said. Clover was already awake, sitting near her pillow. "Good morning again," Sofia said softly. Clover smiled. "How does your eye feel now?" Sofia thought for a moment. "Still a little sore," she answered honestly, "and really itchy." Queen Miranda entered the room holding a small tray with soup and water. "Good morning, my brave girl," she said gently. "The doctor said you must rest today and tomorrow. Your eye needs time to heal." Sofia nodded slowly. She knew her mother was right, but she still felt sad. After breakfast, Sofia sat quietly on her bed. She wanted to read her favorite book, but opening one eye made her dizzy. She wanted to draw, but looking down hurt her eye. Slowly, the fun activities she loved felt far away. Tears came to her good eye again, not because of pain, but because of disappointment. "I feel bored," Sofia whispered. "And lonely." Clover hopped closer. "It's okay to miss your fun days," he said kindly. "But resting now means you can enjoy them later." Amber knocked on the door and stood just inside. She did not come too close, but her smile was warm. "I brought you a surprise," she said. She held up a small bell. "You can ring it whenever you need help." Sofia smiled for the first time that day. "Thank you," she said softly. Amber waved and added, "I'll stay outside and tell you stories through the door." That made Sofia feel better. Throughout the day, the eye drops had to be put in regularly. Sofia did not like them much. Each time, she squeezed Clover's paw and took deep breaths. "You're being so patient," her mother said proudly. "That helps your eye heal faster." As hours passed, Sofia realized how hard it was to do nothing. She wanted to run, talk loudly, and laugh. Instead, she rested, listened to quiet stories, and drank warm soup. Sometimes she felt frustrated. "Why did this happen to me?" she asked softly one afternoon. Queen Miranda sat beside her bed and answered gently. "Sometimes infections happen, even when we are careful. What matters is how we care for ourselves afterward." Sofia thought about this for a long time. She remembered rubbing her eye that morning without washing her hands. She remembered touching her face many times while playing the day before. "Maybe I should be more careful," she whispered. "Yes," her mother agreed. "Clean hands, clean towels, and patience are very important." That evening, Sofia felt very tired. Her eye was still red, but it did not sting as much anymore. The doctor returned to check on her. "You are doing well," he said after examining her eye. "The infection is still there, but it has not gotten worse. Rest is helping." That made Sofia feel proud. She smiled. "I'm trying," she said. The doctor nodded. "And that's exactly what you should do." As night came, Sofia felt a little lonely again. The castle felt quieter than usual. She missed sitting with Amber and laughing. She missed running with Clover through the halls. But she also felt something new inside her. She felt patience. She realized that being still was not easy, but it was important. Taking care of herself was also a kind of bravery. Before going to sleep, Sofia whispered, "Tomorrow, I will be even more careful." Clover nodded sleepily. "You're learning something important." Sofia closed her eyes, resting carefully, knowing each hour of rest was helping her heal. Sofia woke up on the third day feeling a little different. She stretched carefully and opened her good eye first, then slowly tried to open the sore one. It still felt sensitive, but the sharp pain from before was gone. She blinked gently and smiled a little. "It doesn't hurt as much today," she whispered. Clover hopped closer, looking excited. "That's great news," he said. "That means your eye is healing." Sofia nodded, feeling hopeful for the first time since the infection started. Queen Miranda came in with warm water and reminded Sofia to wash her hands. "Clean hands before touching your face," she said softly. Sofia took her time, washing carefully and remembering every instruction the doctor gave her. "I'm being extra careful now," Sofia said proudly. Later, the doctor arrived for another check. Sofia sat still while he looked at her eye. He smiled and nodded. "The redness is going down," he said kindly. "You are healing well because you are following the rules." Sofia felt proud of herself. "So listening really helps," she said. The doctor laughed softly. "Very much," he answered. Even though she felt better, Sofia still had to rest her eye. When she tried to look at pictures or move too fast, her eye felt tired again. She sighed. "I want to play so badly," she told Clover. "I know," Clover replied gently. "But sometimes patience is the best magic." So Sofia practiced being patient. She listened to stories, rested her eyes, and spoke softly. Amber visited her room door and described what was happening in the castle. "The birds are nesting by the window," Amber said, "and the garden smells like flowers." Sofia closed her eyes and imagined it all. As the day passed, Sofia began to understand something important. Being careful was not punishment, it was protection. Every small choice helped her eye heal faster. Not touching her face, using clean towels, resting when tired, all of it mattered. That afternoon, Sofia felt lonely again. She whispered, "I hope everyone doesn't forget me." Clover looked at her seriously. "They won't. They're giving you space because they love you." That thought warmed Sofia's heart. She realized love could be silent and still strong. Before bedtime, the doctor applied eye drops again. This time, Sofia was less afraid. She breathed slowly and stayed still. "You're very brave," the doctor said. Sofia smiled. "I'm learning how." That night, Sofia slept deeply, dreaming of clear skies and bright gardens. After a restless night, Sofia woke up feeling slightly better, but her eyes were still red and itchy. She rubbed them gently, wincing at the discomfort. Amber and Clover were already awake, waiting by her bedside with concerned faces. "Good morning, Sofia," Amber said softly. "How are you feeling today?" Sofia blinked slowly, trying not to irritate her eyes. "A little better," she replied, "but they still hurt." Clover hopped closer, offering his tiny paw as comfort. Sofia smiled faintly, grateful for their presence. The previous days had been difficult, but having her friends nearby gave her courage. Sofia's mother, Queen Miranda, entered the room carrying a small tray with warm herbal tea and soft foods. "Good morning, my little princess," she said gently. "I brought you something to help you feel better." Sofia thanked her and took a small sip of the tea, feeling the warmth soothe her throat and body. She carefully ate a bit of soft fruit, trying not to touch her eyes. Even though she wanted to play and explore, she knew she needed rest. Her mother sat beside her, gently brushing Sofia's hair back from her forehead. "Your eyes need time to heal," she explained. "We have to be patient and careful." Sofia nodded, understanding that healing required both patience and care. As the morning sunlight filtered through the window, Sofia tried to focus on something cheerful. She looked at her sketchbook on the table and decided to draw a picture. Her hands moved carefully, avoiding touching her face. She drew herself and Clover playing outside, with Amber smiling nearby. Even though her eyes felt sore, drawing made her feel happy and calm. Clover nuzzled her shoulder, watching her carefully. Amber encouraged her, saying, "Your drawings always make the day brighter, Sofia." Sofia felt a small smile grow on her face. The simple act of creating something helped her forget, for a moment, the irritation in her eyes. Later, the doctor arrived to check Sofia's eyes. He examined them gently, speaking in a calm, reassuring voice. "Sofia, you have an eye infection, which is why they are red and itchy. It's not dangerous, but it does need rest and proper care. Sofia listened attentively, blinking slowly as the doctor explained the treatment. She learned that washing her hands, avoiding rubbing her eyes, and applying eye drops would help her recover faster. Sofia promised to follow the instructions carefully. The doctor smiled and added, "With proper care, you'll be feeling much better very soon." Sofia felt a small sense of relief. Even though she was uncomfortable, she understood that the solution was simple if she was patient and careful. During the day, Sofia rested on her soft bed while Amber read aloud from a favorite storybook. The gentle rhythm of the words helped Sofia relax, and she found herself smiling at the funny parts. Clover curled up beside her, occasionally offering a comforting paw. Sofia realized that even while she was sick, she could still enjoy little joys. Amber's gentle voice, Clover's warmth, and the soft sunlight made her feel safe. She thought about how important friends and family were, especially when one felt unwell. Sofia learned that kindness and support could make even a difficult day much brighter. By midday, Sofia's eyes still felt itchy, but she began to feel more energetic. She decided to try a little activity without straining herself. Amber suggested a quiet puzzle, and Clover helped by nudging pieces toward her. Sofia focused carefully, her eyes watering slightly but tolerably. She felt proud of herself for being careful and not rubbing them. Each piece she placed correctly gave her a small sense of accomplishment. Even though she could not run or play outside, Sofia discovered that she could still enjoy small victories indoors. She learned that healing sometimes required slowing down, but it did not mean she had to stop having fun completely. In the afternoon, Sofia's father, King Roland, stopped by to see how she was doing. He knelt beside her bed, smiling warmly. "How are my brave princess's eyes today?" he asked. Sofia blinked and replied softly, "Still a little sore, but I'm following the doctor's instructions." Her father nodded proudly. "I am very proud of you, Sofia. Taking care of yourself when you are sick shows courage and responsibility. You are learning an important lesson about health and patience." Sofia felt her chest swell with pride. She realized that being sick could teach important lessons about caring for oneself and listening to wise guidance. As the sun began to dip lower in the sky, Sofia spent more time resting quietly. Amber held her hand while she closed her eyes, and Clover stayed by her side, offering quiet companionship. Sofia thought about the past few days, the initial discomfort, the irritation, and the worry, and realized that she had been brave throughout. She had learned to manage her frustration, to follow the doctor's advice, and to accept help from those who cared for her. These lessons made her feel stronger and more confident. Even though her eyes were still healing, Sofia felt a sense of accomplishment. Later, Sofia decided to write a small thank you note for her friends who had cared for her. She carefully wrote her words, expressing gratitude for Amber's help, Clover's comfort, and her parents' guidance. Each word reminded her of the love and support surrounding her. Sofia realized that being sick did not mean she was alone. She understood that friends and family were there to help, and accepting help was a sign of strength, not weakness. This small activity made Sofia feel more cheerful and connected to those she loved. As night fell, Sofia prepared for bed with the help of her mother. She felt her eyes growing tired, and the soothing darkness of her room made her feel calm. Amber and Clover stayed nearby, and Sofia reflected on the day's events. She had followed the doctor's instructions, rested carefully, and found ways to stay cheerful even while uncomfortable. Sofia realized that patience, kindness, and self-care were essential when dealing with any illness. She felt grateful for the guidance she had received and proud of herself for being responsible. Finally, as Sofia drifted off to sleep, she whispered softly to Clover and Amber, "Thank you for helping me through today. I feel braver and stronger already." Clover nuzzled her cheek, and Amber smiled warmly. Sofia closed her eyes, feeling safe, loved, and hopeful for a healthier tomorrow. She knew that her eyes would heal with time, care, and patience. Sofia learned that even difficult moments could teach valuable lessons about courage, self-care, and the importance of friends and family. She slept peacefully, ready to face another day with love and bravery. The next morning, Sofia woke up feeling noticeably better. Her eyes were still slightly red, but the itching had mostly gone away. She stretched gently and smiled at Clover, who hopped excitedly beside her bed. Amber was already up, arranging a small tray of breakfast. "Good morning, Sophia. How are your eyes today?" she asked. Sophia blinked slowly, careful not to irritate them, and replied softly, "Much better, thank you. I feel stronger today." Amber smiled and offered a reassuring hand. Clover nuzzled her gently, as if celebrating her improvement. Sophia felt warmth in her heart, grateful for the care and love she had received over the past few days. After breakfast, Queen Miranda came to check on her. "My brave princess, I see your eyes are healing beautifully," she said. "You followed the doctor's advice carefully, and it shows. You have been very responsible and patient." Sophia felt proud of herself. She realized that being sick had been challenging, but it had also taught her valuable lessons about self-care, patience, and responsibility. She hugged her mother tightly, feeling safe and supported. Clover hopped onto her lap, and Amber gently brushed Sophia's hair back from her forehead. Sophia spent the morning slowly resuming her favorite activities. She carefully painted a picture, making sure not to strain her eyes. The vibrant colors and delicate shapes brought her joy, and she felt a sense of accomplishment with each brushstroke. Clover watched attentively, occasionally pawing at the paintbrush, making Sophia giggle softly. Amber encouraged her gently, reminding her that creativity could still be enjoyed while taking care of her health. Sophia realized that even while recovering, she could find happiness and fun in small, safe activities. Later in the day, Sophia decided to step outside into the garden for some fresh air. Her eyes were feeling strong enough to handle the sunlight with the protective shade of a wide-brimmed hat. She walked slowly, with Clover hopping beside her and Amber guiding her carefully. The flowers in the garden glowed under the warm sunlight, and Sophia felt a sense of peace. Birds chirped softly, and the gentle breeze carried the scent of blossoms. She realized that being healthy and strong allowed her to fully enjoy the beauty around her. Every small step outdoors made her feel even more grateful for her recovery. During the afternoon, Sophia's father, King Roland, came to spend some time with her. "Sophia, my brave little princess," he said warmly, kneeling beside her, "I am proud of you. You stayed calm, followed instructions, and were patient while healing. These are important lessons you will carry with you." Sophia smiled, feeling a glow of pride. "Thank you, Father," she said softly. "I learned a lot while being sick. I learned to take care of myself, to ask for help, and to stay positive even when things were uncomfortable." King Roland nodded. "Exactly, Sophia. Courage is not just about adventure, it's also about taking care of yourself and being responsible." By evening, Sophia's eyes had improved so much that she could join Amber and Clover in a gentle game of hide-and-seek in the castle garden. They laughed and ran carefully along the paths, making sure to watch their steps and stay safe. Clover barked happily as Sophia found him hiding behind a rose bush, and Amber clapped with delight. Sophia felt joy and freedom, realizing how much she had missed being able to move and play without worry. She also understood that her patience during her illness had made this moment even more precious. Later, Sophia sat with Amber and Clover under a large tree, sipping a warm herbal drink that soothed her slightly tired eyes. She reflected on the past few days, the discomfort, the irritation, and the care she had received. Sophia realized that being sick had taught her more than she expected. She had learned that health was precious, that listening to guidance was important, and that having friends and family who cared made all the difference. She smiled softly, feeling grateful for Amber, Clover, and her parents, who had guided and supported her throughout her recovery. As the sun began to set, Sophia decided to write a small note in her journal about her experience. She carefully wrote about how her eyes had become infected, the discomfort she had felt, and how she had stayed calm and patient while following the doctor's advice. She added drawings of Clover and Amber helping her and of the bright, sunny garden she had enjoyed during her recovery. Writing the journal entry made Sophia feel proud and reflective. She realized that even challenging experiences could teach valuable lessons and leave lasting memories. Before bedtime, Queen Miranda and King Roland checked on Sofia one last time for the day. "Sofia, you are healing beautifully," her mother said, brushing back her hair. "And you have shown so much courage and patience." Her father nodded. "Remember, Sofia, it is always important to care for yourself, listen to those who help you, and stay positive. You have done all of this wonderfully." Sofia hugged her parents tightly, feeling a sense of warmth and security. Clover curled up beside her, and Amber tucked her in gently. Finally, as night fell, Sofia closed her eyes with a feeling of peace and accomplishment. She thought about the lessons she had learned during her eye infection, the value of patience, self-care, and relying on the support of friends and family. She realized that being sick was not just about discomfort, but also about growth and learning. Sofia whispered softly to Clover and Amber, "Thank you for helping me. I feel stronger, braver, and happier now." Clover nuzzled her cheek and Amber smiled, feeling proud of Sofia's bravery and resilience. Sofia drifted off to sleep, knowing that her eyes would fully heal soon and that she had grown wiser through her experience. She felt grateful for the care she had received, the love that surrounded her, and the strength she had discovered within herself. She understood that challenges, even small ones like an eye infection, could teach valuable lessons about patience, courage, and gratitude. And with that thought, Sofia slept peacefully, ready to face each new day with joy, confidence, and the knowledge that she was capable of overcoming difficulties with love and care.